Hello and welcome to Art with Gardega. I finally finished my my seascape with my clipper ship, which is also a schooner. Not really a difference. I learned that. Did my research. Okay. Initially when I started this painting, I had it very dark, very loose. Shut up, bird. Very loose. Kind of like the way I like to paint things, unless I'm doing a mural. Kind of a little bit nebulous, foggy, not quite overly rendered or defined. Since it was a commission for a client that I've not even spoken to yet, it's through a third party, I didn't want to present that and then have them tell me it was a little bit dark and can I put some more color, this and that. So I went ahead, since I have not spoke to the client, and I kind of threw a little more color and detail in it than I normally would. And what I'm doing now is I got inspired, so I'm painting a bunch more the way I want to paint them. But that's the life of commissions. For now on, I made a decision after this painting. For now on, unless it's a real mural, which I'm kind of fading out of my curriculum a bit, I'm just painting what I paint. If you like it, you like it. If you don't buy it. So anyways, I did start out with some 4 basic colors here, which I stole from Odd Nerdrum, the Norwegian genius. Yellow ochre, vermilion, Mars black, which is a bluish black, and white, titanium white. So I started out just getting the structure down with those paints. Now it's all finished. I really tried to get the water without rushing it, keeping it loose enough where there's a feel and a flow to it, and not have that anal retention illustrative looking water. You know, if you look at NCY, at the great illustrator, you could tell there was a lot of passion in his water. Or if you look at Winslow Homer and his oils and his watercolors, just a lot of looseness, greatness in those Prouts, up in Maine, I believe. Yeah. Those were some great paintings, that Rocky Coast. Some of his best work, you know. So anyways, this is the finished version. I'm happy with it. I think the ship's decent. I probably could do a little more love into the ship, which I still might do, because I haven't heard from him yet. So I'm going to keep noodling on this ship till I have to ship it. No pun intended. Again here, the light. I like the warm light coming through there, which is why this is the greenish water up here, which would have the light coming through the water, especially where it's pyramided. That's where the light would be coming through the water as opposed to here. I think there's a flow. I kind of like the lightning strike, just adds a little bit more life. And I don't think they're in good shape. I wouldn't bet on this ship. Maybe they'll make it. I don't know. And then I worked in some ultramarine in the end with black. Around here, down here. You never want to use black. You want to use a rich black, which you can add burnt umber, a dark blue like a cobalt, or better yet, an ultramarine, or glaze it on top. Never just throw straight black down. Unless you're a modernisto and you just want to paint a black and white canvas because you never learned how to paint in the first place. So it's all about the minimal, the contrast, the yin yang, and all that nonsense. You know, the more you have to talk about a painting, like I am about this one, the less of a painting it is. No. You ever notice that if there's a canvas just painted green, straight green, or straight blue, which there are many famous ones. There's a 65-page diatribe about the painting, which just basically means it's nonsense. It's just my 2 cents, which isn't worth 50 cents. Or 1 cent. So this is it. I was going to varnish it, decided not to. I used a lot of linseed oil, which kind of shines it up anyways. And the schooners were initially made, the clippers were made to outrun pirates. Learn these things. You should always do a little research before you jump into something. It's my first ship I remember painting. But now, I've started doing some of my own, very loose, poetic, which is more my nature, not so defined. But again, commissions are commissions, and but for now on, my commissions are just going to be my work. Same with my murals. I've come too far to just kind of not do what comes naturally. If I don't like it, I could work in Home Depot. You know, if you like some 3/4 inch screws. Yes, okay. Some PVC piping. See. So that's it. That's it. Pretty happy with it. Not exactly what I would do on my own on a desert island, but I enjoyed the whole thing, and I learned a lot because now, you know, I did do a lot of studying of the ocean. You know, I was in Palm Beach for 3 months staring at the ocean. So that kind of went into here. And you can't sketch out the ocean. Some people can, and you can tell when they can because it'll look like a lifeless bouguereau ocean. As opposed to you should look up a guy named Albert Pinkham Ryder. His oceans went over the top into complete madness, nightmare, surrealism, but I still love him. Albert Pinkham Ryder, R-Y-D-E-R. That's a painter and a half. Generally, in a painting like this, if you want a color to pop, I threw a little red in there, which I stole from Winslow Homer. If you look at any of his paintings, including his watercolors, they always have some red popping somewhere. But obviously, I had to pop it back. You didn't want just some big fire engine red in the middle of your painting. So you tone it down. To tone something down, you can use the opposite color of it. What is the opposite color of red? Green. If you mix too much green, you get gray. So the opposite colors of blue would be orange, and the opposite color of purple is yellow. Just so you know that. It's very basic. Very basics there. In other words, if you put those two colors juxtaposed next to each other, they really will pop. Or if you put yellow in the middle of a gray field of color, yellow will look purplish. Same thing with, you know, if you put red in the middle of a green, large mass of color, if you put green in there, it'll have a reddish tone.